If you thought the controversy had cooled over those F-35 fighter jets, think again. Today, there was more ammunition from a man who has already had scathing words for the government on this file. Terry Milewski has that tonight.
For 3 weeks now, the Auditor General's been saying the government knew the real cost for a fleet of F-35s was $25 billion, not the $15 billion it said publicly.
The F-35.
But now Michael Ferguson is going further, saying it wasn't just an estimate.
The number of $25 billion was a number that was established by Defence that included both the purchase and the maintenance cost, and the budgets were approved through normal process.
Ferguson says the budget of $25 billion was approved in 2008. $9 billion to buy the jets and $16 billion to operate them.
Can you tell me when, indeed, the $25 billion were authorized by the Cabinet?
In 2008, a budget of $16 billion Canadian was established to operate and sustain the F-35 over 20 years.
Wasn't there another amount there as well, sir? Is there another amount that gives us an actual, can you give me an actual total approval?
Yeah, the other amount was a budget of $9 billion for the acquisition of the fighter jets.
If you don't
The opposition says that's more proof the country was misled.
But clearly the only folks who can do this are the Minister of Finance, Mr. Flaherty, the Minister of Defence, Mr. McKay, and the Prime Minister would clearly be at the Cabinet table, would have known it was $25 billion, and then simply kept telling us it was 15.
The problem we have, Mr. Speaker, is that there doesn't appear to be anything called ministerial accountability left in the Government of Canada.
In the House, the Prime Minister repeated that he will act on the Auditor General's findings.
The government has clearly accepted the conclusions, and the government has been quite detailed about the steps it will take to implement those conclusions.
Now, the government pledges to disclose all costs for the F-35 in the future. But the Auditor General left no doubt that did not happen in the past, that the government planned to spend $25 billion and didn't let on. Terry Milewski, CBC News, Ottawa.